so it's very important that we get a strong grasp of that we have some group work to go over that. And in this class, we're going to be doing a group activity where we identify irony, satire, and some things that are not irony and satire, but often get mislabeled as such. So I'm going to split you into groups that I've already assigned. So I'm going to be giving you a slip that has your role in your group. And if you get a yellow sheet, get in the group with other yellow people at this table. Purple is at this table, white's at that table. So there should be 3 groups of 4, 2 groups of 4, 1 group of 5. And let us all just split up. And we'll go over your roles in more detail once you get into your group. Yellow at the far. Did anyone back get
Yes, Shelly, she'll be here.
Okay. Should we wait for her?
Yes.
Okay.
No, she's coming.
Okay.
She's right there, you can give it to her.
Here's the other purple group. And the middle table here, you just pull out the chair.
I'm sorry, I'm maybe
No.
You can continue. She'll
Okay. So reminder, group, we have an assignment at hand that we're going to be working on. When you're in your groups, you each have your own assigned tasks. And in order to get your full points in our game, in order to get to where we need to go, it's important that everyone knows what they need to do. You all have slips of paper to remind you, and I have more details than what's just here. But in general, there's going to be a scribe that's in charge of writing down your group's answers. There's going to be a timekeeper that is in charge of making sure the group stays within the time constraints. Stop.
We don't have a scribe.
You don't have a scribe?
We're
Oh,
checkers.
Shelly was your scribe. You have 2 checkers. Would one person mind filling in until she gets here?
Sure.
Okay. There should be a manager. Manager, why don't you make sure someone figures that out and make sure that you get someone to fill in until she gets back. We'll just keep moving on. No big issue. Checker is going to check to make sure all the answers are accurate and grammatically correct. That's very important that you handle your best writing in English class. And manager, pretty much make sure that your group members are contributing and doing their parts. Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Do not be bossy. Do not be controlling. Be motivated. Give encouragement. You're a group. You're a team. You're going to win this thing. Okay, so just a brief review over the terms. Actually, first we're going to go over objectives. For the unit, students will be able to define satire, dramatic irony, and situational irony. Be able to provide examples of each and provide your own examples. Both identify examples and provide your own. And use satire and irony accurately in your own writing. Then to the lesson. So dramatic irony is kind of when we have literature that has something that the audience knows that we do not. For example, Romeo and Juliet, the death scene. Very famous death scene. Juliet is going to kill herself because she does not know that Romeo is still alive. Reverse that. Yeah. Romeo kills himself because he doesn't know that Juliet is really alive. That's dramatic irony. Situational irony is seeing something that would be self-contradictory. For example, the flashing globe that reads "Buckle up" has led to an increase in accidents as drivers have lost focus staring at it. Situational irony because it's weird. It's something you wouldn't really expect to see. Satire is the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize stupidity or vice, particularly in the context of contemporary politics and other topical issues. You see this a lot in comedy. It's mostly for a lot of adult humor, but you see it in shows like The Boondocks, South Park, and The Simpsons, where they talk about real-world issues. They usually kind of blow something up to absurd proportions, so it's so crazy, it's just stupid, and it's funny. And they're usually making a point when they're doing this. Alright, satire, irony, or neither. So I need you to get into your groups real quick. You're going to have 1 minute, and I'm going to check on Shelly, because I think I hear her outside real quick. Look at these 2 questions. You have 1 minute to discuss your answers, and I am right here.
Shelly's got, give her time. Yeah, she's fine.
Okay. Right there. So
Thank you, though.
1 minute for each question. Starting now. Discussing your groups, make sure you have an answer to each and an explanation as to why it is satire, irony, or neither. Sound good? Alright, I want to hear your discussion. Managers, you should be encouraging your group to talk if you're not already. Make sure everybody's contributing.
For the first one, is this?
Oh, okay.
So it's like a little like troll under the boat.
No, like there
Oh,
is
oh,
control.
okay. We're
Yeah. I
don't think it's the first one.
How's it
Yeah, I
going?
think it's either, yeah. The second one is definitely.
Yeah, I was
and the
trying to
second one is that one. Yeah.
I guess maybe it would be stats control.
April, what do you think?
Isn't that ironic? You know, like if it was just like be under slaughterhouse vegetarian, that would be ironic. But I'm just trying to still the same.
Okay, do you have an answer?
I think the first
Why
one.
don't you have a group?
I mean, I think the first one's just a movie.
We're looking at the first one right now, the forum.
You probably.
Why don't you read out loud what it said?
No, it's like somebody who like goes on a
Oh.
message board and it's like trolling the message board.
About how women are not sure if they're video games.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
I'm not sure what she's on. I think it'd be satire. Because it's so ridiculous. Yeah.
That's my answer. Does every group have an answer for 1 and 2? Does every group have an explanation for each? Every group has an answer and explanation. Managers, thumbs up.
Irony.
It's irony.
Something like that. It's either
Now,
neither or
20 more seconds to get a final answer down.
Yeah, it's irony. It is not irony.
Alright, so what did each group come up with?
Neither and irony.
Alright, let's bring it back. Group white in the back corner there. What did you come up with? Number 1, the forum troll goes on and rants about how women are naturally inferior at video games and comedy. Satire, irony, or neither?
Neither.
Why?
Does it fit irony or satire?
Exactly. So it's not anything, it's not funny, first of all. It's just rude, it's just mean. It's not clever. It's not making a point. It's just kind of rambling about something that really doesn't make sense. So a lot of times you'll see people try to confuse satire, something that's just crazy and angry and a rant, with satire. This is not satire because it doesn't have the humor aspect. It's just rude. Okay, purple group in the middle here. What did you come up with?
For which one?
Number 2. Isn't it ironic how the owner of the slaughterhouse was a vegetarian?
Oh, my speak.
Which kind of irony? Why is that?
Because it's not dramatic and like killing something. It's situational because he owns a slaughterhouse, but he's a vegetarian. It's the situation that's weird.
Exactly. Very nice. All right, and yellow group. Actually, nope. Sorry. We're gonna go on to the next. Take 2 more minutes to look at the next set of questions. Get in your groups, go over them, come up with another answer and an explanation. And we are going to come back as a group and talk about all 3 of them. So get back into your groups, managers, make sure that everyone's contributing, and discuss these 3.
Alright. I was in there the only one. I guess
Yeah.
they're not
She
they're not like
Yeah.
we're doing all the
work.
We're doing all the work.
Absolutely.
Can we get A's?
I want to hear from
Dramatic
April.
irony.
What do you think about the
Number
first
5,
question?
dramatic irony.
She sleeps.
Number 4, I'm not sure that that's like
My
hair. Scary movie
I
is
don't wanna
a satire, but like that sentence isn't satire. It's nothing. Like it's just a statement about scary movies. I don't know.
Kara.
Do you think the first one's anyone?
I think
Why is that?
I think that that's what he's trying to do. But I feel like saying scary movie would be like enough. Yeah, like by itself.
I think that is an important thing that we need to talk about it. It's tired, but we're in class now, and we need to contribute.
I'm tired.
April,
I'm sorry, this is just really boring.
do you know what we're doing?
No, I have no idea.
Alright, we are talking about satire, irony, or neither. They're all really kind of humorous in their own way kind of topics, but they're really important that we get the guys for this. And they're really important that we contribute to each group conversation.
Why don't you listen, Kara?
Because it's just
Why do you
not
have to go through all this again?
It's okay, it's okay. You can say, Laura channeling this in our group, and just like you're all handling your own groups. Does everyone else have an answer? Everyone has an answer, yes?
We didn't even get really to talk about it because they were so.
We're the only ones working.
I gotcha. Okay, so why don't we have April and Kara, why don't you two discuss, lead a conversation in your group while we talk about number 1. I want you two to talk about number 3.
Do we get to sleep now?
No. You're going to be with us in the class.
Oh.
I want you two to talk amongst yourselves about number 3, okay?
Number 3, the Emperor's New Groove.
Exactly. Alright, so this is going to go for all of the class, so grab whoever has it first. Who wants to answer number 1? Purple, I saw your hand first. Isn't it ironic how the gardener's name is Rose?
It's neither,
Neither, why is that?
because it doesn't, it's just a name, it doesn't have to do.
Exactly. This is called a coincidence. It is not irony because it makes sense, actually. You would expect, you know, it's a funny thing. It's not contradictory, it kind of makes sense. So this is neither. Number 2, scary movie portrays horror movie cliches and ridicules them to make a point about the absurdities of the genre. What do you think? Chesney?
Well, it's about a satire, but I don't know if the sentence itself is a satire. So we said neither for that
That's a
one.
very meta answer, actually. I like how you phrase that. Any other thoughts? Yellow, do you have any thoughts about that?
No, we can get to it.
What are you looking at this now? What do you think about it?
That answer sounded good.
Okay. So yes, this actually, Scary Movie itself is a satire, but this sentence itself is not. In these examples I'm asking you about what is in question in itself. And number 3, Info and Kara, do you have any things to kind of help your team? You're falling behind a little bit.
Irony,
Why do you say that?
because he's gonna be killed by someone who's wanting help from. Bummer.
Okay, you get a point for irony, but can someone help out about why that is? The definition is lacking. Yes, Mustafa.
It's actually dramatic irony because he needs help from somebody who's trying to kill him. So it's like, how is someone who wants to kill you gonna help you?
Exactly. So we know something that they do not, that the characters do not, which is why it is dramatic irony. All right, yellow team, stay alert. Yes.
How come they got a point? They didn't answer the question.
I did, I got one.
She got it.
No,
She got
them,
it right.
them. They didn't answer the question.
They answered the last question.
No, they didn't.
We
They
answered
said
the slaughterhouse
neither.
question.
We said it's a satire.
Are you the game police? We
Yes,
answered
I
that
am the
question.
game police. Who's gonna get a point?
I
For
think
which
she's.
question? Hold on, what you talking about?
I'm talking about this,
They
the
got one
scary
for
movie
scary
one. That's not fair. They just said.
No, they did. They answered it right. They said it was
They gave you two
satire.
answers.
definitely answered
They said it was
Two
satire.
answers.
That's exactly
The
what I
first
said.
one.
Hold up, don't question the method. All right, there'll be more points. There will be more opportunities for points. All right, now we're gonna have a group activity. You're going to come up with your own activities, your own examples of satire, irony, or neither. Okay, again, you all know your group assignments. You all know what it is that your roles you're going